Hey everyone, it's me, the Law Boss, back again with another video. And in this video we're doing a why you should start drukhari. Drukhari are the other faction I'm mainly playing in 40k at the moment. A very enjoyable faction to play. So in this video we'll discuss law reasons, game reasons, and model reasons why to start them. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So drukhari, the law reasons, yeah. If you want to play the most evil people in the setting, by far the most evil, drukhari are for you. They actually rejuvenate and gain pleasure of torturing people. There is a saying that I use, we take you alive, we torture you and we kill you, and hopefully they do it in that order. They kill you first. Getting killed by these guys is a blessing in disguise. They come from this dark city of Comora, where there are three sub-factions. There are the witch cults, there are the homunculus covens, and the cabals. The cabals are just gang members on steroids, and the artwork here is cabalites. They are the organised crime syndicates. The witch cults are the gladiators, who fight the fighting pits of Comora, and the homunculus covens are Frankenstein. I would say without morals, but I don't think Frankenstein had morals, with less morals than Frankenstein. They are trying to hide from Slash. They can't have access to the psychic stuff that normal eldar do, so they're kind of stuck with that, aren't they? But instead they just torture people to rejuvenate themselves instead of using spirit stones and all that, because they're so evil for those. The spirit stones don't work on them because they're just that evil. But yeah, if you want to play the most evil, sadistic faction in the game, be my guest. Also, their weapons are really sadistic. Their basic splinter weapons, which are like the equivalent of a rifle, like a las gun, even though it's stronger. It shoots you with this little glass shard laced with all these poisons that you have a very slow and painful death. So even on the battlefield, they're still getting pleasure and rejuvenation from killing people. Anyway, let's start with model reasons on why you should start drukhari. So first off, I'd like to say these guys are really sleek and slender. They're not the bulky aesthetic that Marines, Orcs, and the other bulky factions, I guess you could say Tyranids, have. They are very sleek and agile looking, which actually represents how they play. They're also very spiky and, you could say, goth and edgy. So, I mean, at the table you will get called like an edgelord and things like that. But they look sick. They look very sinister, very evil, which looks awesome. The cabalites look evil as heck, which is really cool. The witch cults look very gladiatorial, very fast, and the homunculus covens just look like fleshy abominations, which they are. They're all grotesque and disgusting. Their guns look very alien. All their weapons look very, very alien and very ancient. These guys are a very ancient race, which they reflect that vibe perfectly with all their ancient armor, ancient weaponry, and just looking very spiky and evil, which these guys are. So if you want like an army of glass cannons, these are the army for you. Now, eldar are considered to be a very glass cannon army, hit like a truck, but have very, I'd say, wood armor. Drukhari are that, but more extreme. Hit like a freight train, but can take literally zero punishment. They will go down to a stiff breeze. The coven units probably can be a bit resilient, but all in all, your vehicles aren't exceeding toughness 6 unless you're getting Forge World. So yeah, if you want an army that plays hits like a freight train and can't take much punishment, then these are the army for you. They're also one of the fastest army in the game. You can get to any objective on the board probably within the first couple turns. They are able to dodge away from the fire. So yes, they may die to probably die to las guns, to be perfectly honest, which is, when you find out when I do my guard video, is not the strongest weapon in the game. But they also have enough speed that if they are getting hit, they're going to die, but your opponent actually has to hit them. They also have a very close, they can do all the game except psychics. They can shoot you from long range with the cabals, and also dice you up in combat with the incubi. Drazar is one of the strongest melee characters in the game, full stop. Being able to fight twice innately is just stupid. And with his demi-claves doing about 3 damage each and upping by 1 because he's an incubi, it gets very lethal. They also have a power from pain mechanic. This essentially, as the game goes on, they do become stronger. So they start off with a cheeky little 6 invul, and then it gets to a 5+ invulnerable save. The other one is a leadership buff, but I feel that's not as great. They can advance and charge, which helps their speed even more. They just all around are a very fast, freight train hitting army with wet tissue paper armor. So that's going to do it with this why you should start Drukhari. I hope I covered all the sections that you would want me to cover. So yeah, like and subscribe, comment down below what army you want to see next, and judging by the comments left on my last video, Night Lords look like the one that are going to be covered. I will just announce this now. I don't want to announce it in the video. Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines are going to be covered. Each of their sub-factions will have their own video, because I am not going to be making a half-an-hour video talking about Space Marines and all the different chapters. Because they're their own books, and play very different from each other. You're probably wondering why I'm not doing this for all the other sub-faction armies like Drukhari or Tau, but it's just because that the Space Marines and just play so much differently. Like Blood Angels compared to Imperial Fist play so much differently, it's not funny. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, so like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, where we'll be talking about the Night Lords. Peace.